Okay, everybody. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday.
Happy day after the Super Bowl for those of
Yes.
you that are in the United States that like to watch the Super Bowl. That happened last night.
Yes.
And so while you guys are signing on, first we're going to introduce ourselves to you in case you don't know who we are. This is Jessie Bigelow.
Oh,
Yes,
it's our first time as a Bigelow on
First
OBS
time as a
Today.
Bigelow. Jessie just got married a few months ago.
Yeah, 2 months.
Ago.
Yeah.
And she's the project and content coordinator for Online Bible Studies.
Yep.
And then my name is Kendra, and I am the manager of Online Bible Studies. And so while y'all are signing on, go ahead and let us know if you watched the Super Bowl and what your favorite part was. Was it the game, the commercials, or the food that you may have had while watching? And so, Jessie.
I have mine.
Okay, you go, girlfriend.
So I watched the Super Bowl, and I wasn't super rooting for like one team or the other. My grandma likes the Patriots, so I was rooting for the Patriots for her. But there was a commercial that I thought was so great. And I don't even super know what it was promoting, but it was a room, which is terrible.
It was a great storyline.
It was
maybe not for product.
It was like a room, and it was all football players in the room, and one of them falls or something on a cake, and there was a football on top of the cake. Beth is here; she's watching. But the football falls, and then all the football players like go into football mode. And it wasn't they were all in like suits and everything and all dressed. And then it goes into this big thing, and they're like smashing against the tables, and they're running around the room, and it was so good.
Okay.
And it was a really long commercial. It was like a few minutes long.
And that's a few minutes.
It was a few minutes. And I don't know what it was promoting, but it was so good.
So I wonder if you would say if that commercial did its job. Like,
that's a really good
But
point.
I don't know, maybe.
I just genuinely loved it.
Okay. I love that.
And they were running, and they were like, yeah! And it was,
okay, so
it was
you
funny.
really brought you joy.
Because they were sitting there at one point, and they were all in their suits, and they were just, you know?
Yeah.
They weren't like themselves, and they got to be themselves again.
Well, if anybody's like me,
anybody
I didn't
knows.
I didn't watch the Super Bowl at all. I didn't participate in anything Super Bowl related. I usually do, but my mother was in town, so I hung out with her.
Aww.
But, so if you guys are like me and you didn't watch, go ahead and put a hands up emoji.
I mean, I left after the halftime show, and I went home, and I was like, time to go to sleep. But I watched half of it.
Yeah, I think that
counts.
Good. Yes,
and
it goes into the late wee hours of the night, and it's like
we're working girls.
Yeah, sometimes you just gotta get up and seize the day. We have Beth Anderson behind the camera, and Beth, do you want to come show them your tie
She's
really quickly?
sporting something really Super Bowl-esque.
Here we go, Miss Beth. If you guys can see it, it's a Patriots tie because the Anderson family are all about the Patriots.
They love New England.
So, Beth watched the game. And so while you guys are commenting about the Super Bowl, we are going to talk a little bit about our online Bible study, which is It's Not Supposed to Be This Way by Lisa Turkhurst. And this morning, we always pick a topic or something to really hone in on for OBS Today. And we're talking all about compassion. Okay? And compassion, if you don't know what that is, it's when you have concern for the sufferings of others. And so, Jessie, to open us up, if you could read 2 Corinthians 1, verses 3 through 4.
Yep. Praise be to God, the Father of our Lord Jesus Christ, the Father of compassion and the God of all comfort, who comforts us in all of our troubles, so that we can comfort those in any trouble with the comfort we ourselves receive from God.
So it's a lot of comfort.
Yeah, comfort.
There's a lot of comfort in that
I wonder what
verse.
we're talking about today.
I know, right? A little bit of comfort. So Lisa Turkhurst says in we're reading chapters 4 and 5 today, but she says we must get to a place of self-compassion if we hope to ever have true, deep compassion for others. And so I don't know if you guys are the same way, but I think I'm pretty okay at extending compassion to others.
I think you are.
But I would say when it comes to having compassion on myself, it's really tough to do because we're our own worst critic.
I think we can get caught up in feeling so hard on ourselves all the time. Where normally if something would happen to somebody else, we'd forgive them instantly. But then if something happens that we're the cause of, or if we do some little thing wrong, we have the hardest time forgiving ourselves. Right.
And so I just really want to focus today on that self-compassion. Because maybe I think I'm good at giving compassion to others, but I bet if I can really work on self-compassion, I can be even better at giving it to others. And so there are 3 things that I thought of as I was crafting this little conversation today about how we can be better at self-compassion. Okay? And so the first thing that I want to touch on is giving ourselves grace. So when we fail, which I do every single day.
Multiple times a day.
Giving ourselves grace and
Yeah.
like knowing that, okay, we might not have did the best there, but that's okay. We're just going to get back up and we're going to try again.
Yeah.
And so would you say you're good at giving yourself grace?
Probably not.
Okay.
I think I extend, like you said, grace to other people.
Yeah.
But I tend to be super hard on myself. So that's definitely something that I need to get better
So I think we hold ourselves to a standard
Yeah.
that sometimes is impossible to get to.
Oh, super impossible.
But we let people, like, it's okay if they don't get to that standard, and we just help them along the way.
Yep.
But, all right, so give yourself grace. Number 2, allow room for mistakes to be made. So, like I was saying, don't hold yourself to an impossible standard.
Yeah.
Because we're not perfect, and we may never get to that standard. And so, imperfections are nice because they help us realize our need
Yeah.
for Christ, which is the ultimate goal.
Yeah. It makes me think of giving yourself enough time in the morning to...
Which
Which
is
is
a very
such
practical way of looking at it.
It's like if you actually, like me this morning, I did not wake up on time. I snoozed for an extra 15 minutes. But if I allowed myself the full amount of time that I needed, I would have been able to do everything at a nice slow pace.
Yeah.
Which I got everything done, but it was like rushing.
Very
to get
rushed.
everything done. So
Yeah.
allowing myself that time.
That
to
grace
have-
period.
Yeah, the grace period.
Look at that.
Yeah.
All right, that's a practical way to think about it.
Yeah.
I love that. And then number 3, get people in your corner who can extend compassion to you,
Yeah.
so you see firsthand of what it looks like.
Yeah.
And so I think it's so important to surround yourself with people who can maybe ask the hard questions, who can, if they see that you're doing something that may not be good for you, who can call you out,
Yeah.
and then who also can extend you the grace that you need to continue on
Yeah.
your way and wherever you are in life. And I recently sat down with my counselor, well, probably like a year ago.
That's still
That's
sort of
still- it
recent.
seems pretty recent to me. But we were talking all about friends and
Okay.
friendships,
Yeah.
okay? And I'm the kind of person, I love people and I love friends.
She does.
And like when
loves
MySpace,
people.
I don't know if you guys had a MySpace
Oh,
back
I
in the
for
day.
sure did. I snuck one.
But-
I wasn't allowed to have one.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
love that about you. Way to confess.
I
that.
confessed a week later, but like...
Oh, okay. And way to confess with all of our friends here.
Sorry, Mom.
So we, if you guys remember, there was like a top 8, and
Yeah.
that's where you would put your friends, and you would rank your friends, which now that I say that is kind
Horrible.
of bad. Yeah.
It's horrible.
But I'm the kind of person that having just 8 spots to fill, it was a lot of anxiety, a lot of stress. And so when they finally, towards the end of MySpace, like opened it up to like put your top 20, I was sitting really nice, okay? Like, I loved it because I had a lot of friends I needed to boost up there. And so my counselor was talking to me, and she said, how many best friends would you say you have? And I said, oh, for sure, like 20. Like, no, like, didn't even question it. It was super simple for me to say that.
20?
Oh, yeah. And then she said, well, let's talk about what a best friend is.
Oh.
So she went into,
I would
you
love
know,
to talk to
somebody
your
that's, she's wonderful.
She sounds amazing.
Somebody that's in your corner who can, who builds you up, who points you back to truth. And so when she started giving me the list of what makes a best friend, it dwindled down to about maybe 4 to 5 people. Okay? So it was a really big eye-opening activity. And so how she allowed me to get to this point was she talked about pillars. And so I want to talk to you guys today about how to figure out who your pillars are and
That's
who
good.
you're a pillar for.
That's good.
And that will help you with the whole compassion, extending grace, seeing what it looks like, okay? So, first what we're going to do is figure out who you would consider are your 4 pillars.
Okay.
So when I say pillars, these are the people that are your foundation,
Okay.
that always point you back to truth, that are your go-to people, that you can be real with without them judging you. And they're just like your real core friends. And if one pillar went away, your foundation would be rocked. Okay? And so go ahead. You don't have to do this now, but just throughout your day, go ahead and think about who those 4 people are for you.
Yeah.
And you can only have 4. I asked if we could have more, but she said no. So you can only have 4 because obviously on each side of like a building, each corner is a very strong structure, like a cornerstone. And so they represent the cornerstone to your life. Okay, so you think about who your 4 pillars are. Then you get to, this was hard for me, think about who you're a pillar for. So 4 people who you are one of their pillars, who you are one of their go-tos, who call you for truth, who you can speak into, who you know a lot about their life, and you are a foundation for them.
Yeah.
And those 4 who are your 4 pillars and who your 4 pillars for, bless, they don't have to match up. A lot of the times they do, but sometimes they don't.
Okay.
And so that's just a little activity as you go about your week. Really think about who are those core 4 for you, because I think those are the people that can be in your corner and somebody who can really extend you compassion so you can see what that looks like when extending it to yourself and to others.
Yeah.
And so that just kind of helps.
That's super good.
Put it into perspective a little bit.
Yeah.
But it was a really good activity, and I constantly have to go back and like reevaluate. But it really helped me realize who I can continually pour into and then who pour into me. And it helps me with the whole boundaries thing of feeling like I need to be everything to everyone when really it's okay to just have a solid 4 group of people that you can focus your time in.
Yeah. I think it's super healthy too for those people. When you start narrowing down those people, you see how healthy those people are in your life. And you start to see maybe these other people aren't as healthy.
Right.
I was just thinking about my 4. And, like, those 4 people are super healthy people. But the people I might have said a year or 2 ago, they weren't as healthy. But when I start to think about people in those standards, the people you have around you are the people that you are.
Yeah.
It's like that
and
weird phrase that your
you.
mom always said when you were, like, people you surround yourself
You are what you eat?
Yeah.
Or you are who you surround yourself with?
It's the same thing. It's like if you eat nothing but donuts, I'm probably going to look like a donut eventually. But it's like the people you surround yourself with, that's who you ultimately are.
Absolutely.
So you surround yourself with healthy people, you're going to be a healthy person.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I love that. You're so wise.
Oh,
And thank you to your mom, Lynn, for helping you realize that. But if you don't have a core 4, because there may be some people that struggle out there with friendships or whatnot.
My parents are 2 of mine, so.
There we go. Yeah, parents are good people to have in your core.
Yeah, I'm not a 20 friender like Kendra.
Okay, well, I realize I'm not one either. But I just want to just challenge you guys, and that's okay if you don't have 4 core people, even if it's just 1. I think it's good just to start with somebody who you have in your corner, and then slowly you can extend that out, because it's good to have one solid relationship at least, so then you have a standard of what to allow other people to come into your life.
God doesn't ever want us to be alone. He always calls us for fellowship.
Right.
So that's super important.
And I think that's really important here at OBS, that we offer y'all community. We want this to be a safe place and for you guys to, really value friendship and really share what's on your heart. And so we hope that OBS offers that to you. And so everyone, before we go, Beth, were there any Super Bowl fun, what did most people say? Commercials, the actual game?
Well, first of all, Melissa said, core 4 is good, but even if you can just name 1 and be 1, you are blessed.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
that
exactly.
was not good.
Exactly. Core 4, but 1 is good.
Core 4 is good. Let's see. People liked the commercial that you talked about.
It was a good
Okay, so they knew about the
y'all.
commercial. I'll have to go back and watch that.
It's for celebrating 100 years of football.
Oh, that makes total sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
It does. It does.
That was my favorite commercial of the night.
And a lot of people didn't watch the Super Bowl.
Go us.
There was a Pepsi commercial that was good too with Steve Carell. That was a good one.
And somebody liked one with Harrison Ford, but I don't remember.
Well, you guys gave me some really good examples of what to go now search on YouTube. So, thank you all so much, and we hope you have a wonderful week. We are in week 3 of It's Not Supposed to Be This Way, and we'll post some links about the blog and the week at a glance so you guys can have a successful week of study. We'll talk to y'all later.
Bye.